and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. We're on Monday the 18th of April and it is reasonably sunny weather, bit of a breeze, better than was forecast though because we were forecast rain. So I thought I would take a chance and give you a whiz around the garden for my April garden tour. So I'm outside the kitchen door on the deck and here is my now called herb trug for obvious reasons. I've actually moved, I had a flat leaf parsley in there, but it was actually growing a bit too big for its boots, so I have moved that into a separate pot. But the rest looks okay. We've got some chives and thyme and oregano and different types of tarragon and sorrel and so on, interspersed with, excuse my shadow, there's 3 little lettuces that I popped in there just to fill in some gaps. So that's looking very healthy, very happy. If I just go round here to the side, the daffodils are going over now, so I'll need to get just pick off the heads just so that they get a chance to recover and get the energy back into the bulbs before the foliage dies down. So I'll do that. Swing round again, and I've got a little plastic trug, and I'm going to tidy this out because we've got some salad that is going to seed, and I'll give that into the chickens and the quail. A couple of little lettuces again there, and another flat leaf parsley that's probably a bit too big for its boots there, so I'll move that as well, and then I'll use this trug for something separate. And if I just swing round again, looking at the table. On the table here on the deck, at the front, these 5 pots have got pieces of a potato that I was sent by Steve from Digwell Greenfingers as part of the Single Seed Potato Challenge 2022. And the aim is to grow as many potatoes as possible from a single seed potato. So you can see I've got 5 pots there, various stages of foliage at the top there. So I split the potato into 5 pieces each with at least 1 eye on, and I'm growing them on this way to hopefully get more plants and hopefully get more potatoes. Have a look at my Single Seed Potato Challenge videos, and I'll post a link at the end of the video to those, and you can see what I'm doing on that front. At the back I've got a few more herbs. These are overwintered herbs. We've got some marjoram, some more tarragon again, some curly leafed parsley, and some Greek oregano. And again, going round, I've got the first of my tulips now, and look at these. What a colour. And what variety are these? These are Showcase, they're called. These are first year I've had them. So they're looking great. Look at these. Absolutely gorgeous. Real sort of striking colour. And if I just look through there, Edith has just escaped again from the run. She's an absolute escape artist and she's not meant to be out here. I'll better go and get her. But okay, just while I'm here though, here's another set of tulips before I go and get Edith. Another set of tulips, and these are foxtrot. These particular bulbs are new for this year, but I did grow foxtrot last year. And aren't they gorgeous again? These are very almost cream going to pink. I do love tulips. Right, let's go and get the chicken. Edith, you're not meant to be out. Right, come on. Come on. Back in. Go on. I'm just going to do a tour of the garden. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. How are we going to get you back in? In. Well done. What I've done is I've got the 2 main runs that are completely watertight and fox proof, but while I'm in the garden I let them out into these netted areas with tarp on the top, just so that they can stretch their legs a bit, because of course we're still under restrictions because of bird flu. But I have some points where obviously Edith has found an escape route, so I'll need to tighten that up a bit. Grr. Okay, that was you getting an impromptu tour. Oh, now look, actually, side of the house now, and these are called peach blossom. They look a bit like foxtrot, but a little bit more pink. And these are looking really stunning as well. Oh, now we've been interrupted by Ollie. Hi. What are you saying? It's a nice day, Oliver. Eh? No peace. Actually, talking about interruptions, the observant of you may notice that we're not hearing any little crows from the quail. And that is because I've rehomed the two bachelor boys. Larry and Mo were sharing a run and have been sharing a run since they hatched last July time, because I didn't have enough ladies to go with them. A couple of weeks ago I had to split them because they were starting to get a little bit amorous with one another and as a result of that they were pulling the hairs out their head and the back of their necks. Not a good thing. So and they were crowing a lot, crowing because they were crowing for ladies. So I found a lovely lady over in the East Coast, and she's taken Larry and Mo and she's going to integrate them with her birds. So it's quite quiet now. I still have two boys, but they've got their own ladies, so they don't crow as much, very little in fact. So it means you're not going to hear crows interrupting. Oh, you got a dog though. Interrupting my videos, but I'm sure they're going to have a very happy home. Okay, I thought I'd give you a little look in one of the grow houses. This tray was actually inside, and it was the seeds were germinated on a heated tray. And I've got some, let's turn it around a little bit. I've got some sunflowers. The teddy bear were old seed, but we've managed to get one teddy bear sunflower germinated. Then we've got some, this is called dwarf sunspot. So I'm not going for tall sunflowers this year. Then we have, oh, look at that, that's just dampened off. Ugh. We've got some cucumber, that's Market More. Oh, actually, it's not dampened off. That's blooming. Slugs, look. I only put this out here yesterday. Okay, I'm going to have to go on a bit of a slug hunt. That is annoying. Okay, so yeah, that's cucumber, Market More. And then we've got lots of lettuce, which is Webb's Wonderful. So I've got too many there, but I'll prick them out into separate pots or cells. Yesterday I sowed some dwarf French beans. These are Safari, and some climbing beans, Blauhilda, and these beans were given to me by Angela at Not Just About Ducks. Thank you, Angela. Over here we have some rainbow chard that have been in here for quite a while. 27th of February they were sown, and they're taking ages and ages and ages. Actually, I think that needs watered. And then here, sorry, it's sideways on, we've got some beetroot Crosby's Egyptian, turnip snowball, and beetroot rainbow mix. And they're coming on slowly, and that's fine. Down at the bottom here, we've got some more peas. These are Jaguar. And at the back, we've got sweet peas Roma Scarlet. They're not really doing much at all. I'm not holding out much hope for those. And then we've got some dahlia that I've put into compost, and hopefully they will start off. So that's what we have in there. I'm so annoyed about those slugs. Have I got any slugs under there? Right, I shall have to have a good look. Anyway, let's swing around. I've got a little table out here now, and this these are my sweet peas for the year. I didn't sow in the autumn time, so I don't have many. This is just a variety mixed, I think. So we'll be putting these out quite shortly. Gosh, that's got dry all of a sudden. And then at the back we've got the banana shallots. These are long red Florence, which are looking okay, just slowly coming on. Over in this grow house, Again, very late. These are Karmazin broad beans. I've not got that many, but enough to get a little crop. I can see there that's been eaten by a slug, as have these perhaps, but the others are looking okay, so I'll hopefully get those out quite soon. So let's go over the deck. Oh, people are out and about, and have a look and see what's happening at the other parts of the garden. So there's the tulips that you saw. Here we have, oh, a bit of bird poo. Here we have some of my earliest lettuces. These are red salad bowl and Marvel of Four Seasons, and they're doing great. And if I just go underneath, I've got some of my potato pots. They're not actually through yet, so they can be under here in shade. So that's, it says Potato Angela. These are from Angela, and I can't remember the variety. There's 3 in that pot, so that'll be a little surprise. Here we have a pot that's salad blue, not much to see. We've got Nicola there, and Nicola there, and Casablanca there. And there's just some hostas coming up, along with something else, which I don't know what it is. It will become apparent. Round. Lots and lots and lots of daffodils. Some going over, but some just starting. Excuse the wheelbarrow. Right, what we have... Oh, blooming dogs. I say no more. In this tub, it was meant to have a great big variety of tulips in, and it looks like I've got 2 foxtrot. They're probably from last year. So what I did was, around the edge, I put some of the radishes that I had grown in modules. So this is French breakfast. And then here we have some little white onions grown from sets, and they're looking fine. Another big collection, a host of daffodils. Is that what the collective term is for daffodils? Or is that just a poem? Anyway, lots of daffodils. Then we've got some pots. Here we've got some carrots. Yay! This is rainbow mix. And you can see now that they're starting to come through very slowly. But that's fine, because they've been out in the weather. Then there's some astilbe, some rudbeckia, and some gladioli in those pots. Swings round to here. And these pots have all got dahlia. We've got art deco, and we've got 2 of tangerine sorbet. Some raspberries there, doing their thing. Okay, under the arch, which I'm going to be growing some squash up this year. I've actually sowed... oh, hello Ollie. Hi. Hi. Yes, I sowed Baby Boo and Little Gem, I think, and they're both climbing varieties of small squash. Where have you gone, wee man? He's gone. So I'm leaving that for now. Here's some garlic. This is Checkmate from my own seed. Some more Wonder of Four Seasons lettuce. Some spares of the little white onions. And some salad bowl lettuce. So we're going to put 1 of the squash there to grow up there, hopefully. And then here, hopefully it's not going to get totally inundated with that squash, but we'll see. I'm hoping I can keep it growing up rather than out. So here I've got a little bit of space for something. Looking at some of the hanging baskets, I put a strawberry in here. Just to move it from where it was before. And then this has come back from last year. We've got a lovely little hosta called Dinner Jacket. Look at that, it's cute. And a sedum called Mackinoy, I think. Yeah, Mackinoy. And I managed to keep that under the tarpaulin over at the chickens, so it didn't get very wet, and it was protected to a small degree from the terrible weather, the frost and so on. So that's good. I'll just swing around again. And we're at the pond. Bit of sort of tidying up I think we need to do to the pond. It's a bit overfull, but look at the back. I love this time of year because the marsh marigolds come out and the suns come out as well, so that they can get shown off to their best. Absolutely gorgeous. And the broom isn't quite out yet. I don't know whether you can see for the sun, but the broom over there is going to come out very, very shortly. And here we have a dogwood or cornice that's starting to flower. Starting to grow leaves, I should say. Here's some broom here actually. You can see some of the flowers are just starting to come out. Oh, bit of a wind. I popped some pansies that I bought just in the trough there, and there's a little trough there with more of that lettuce. This is the Wonder of Four Seasons. And you can see we've got, just round the edge of the pond, another couple of pots of daffies. Yay! Now I did a bit of work on the heucheras yesterday. They were looking a bit sorry for themselves, so I dug them up and replenished the compost, added a bit of chicken manure and then popped them back in again, so hopefully they'll all spring back. I didn't do that one looks okay at the moment. And here we have another 4 of the checkmate garlic. They seem to be doing really well in this pot actually, by the looks of them. Another little heuchera there. And look, the peony has sprung back to life a while before it flowers, of course, but yeah, it's growing well. That's Bowl of Beauty, and some wild ginger at the bottom there. Another pot of potatoes. I've got them interspersed around the garden. That's Charlotte. There's 4 in that big pot. And over here there's 3 in that big pot. And then some more strawberries. And some more daffodils. And another little hanging basket with a strawberry in. Okay, let's go down this way. So down the back to the bottom of the garden, so the back of the pond. And we're at the Beehive. Now, I did some work on the Beehive earlier on in the week. We had the first inspection of the Beehive. So over the winter time you open it up very rarely and you don't really look at the frames, you just open it up to check to see if you need to feed the bees. But we actually opened up the hive and actually looked at the frames, and it appears that they've overwintered really well. There's a nice strong colony. So what we've done is, now if you have a look here, I'll just go to the side. This area here, this is called the brood box, and that has lots of, I think it's 11 frames where the queen lives, and she lays eggs in the cells that the worker bees actually form on the frames. And so in here you have the brood, you have the eggs that are laid, you have the larvae, and then you have the young bees, and then you have, you know, the bees at various ages. And they have different roles. You have nurse bees and you have, you know, bees that are actually going out foraging and so on. But anyway, that's where the bees live. Before I did the inspection, we just had this one. This is called a super. And all that was there for was to add a bit of space so that I could put some food in there for the bees, some fondant, which is this like a sugar fondant that you would use in baking. And that was feeding the bees over the winter time. But what we've now done is we took that off and we added another super, and that has empty frames on it. And can you see this thing here? That's called a queen excluder. So what we have is the bees, the main brood down there along with the queen. And then this queen excluder lets the worker bees up into the super, but not the queen because she's a bit bigger. So it keeps the queen down here where she will continue to lay, but it lets the workers go up here. And what they will do is they will draw out the comb, so they will draw the sort of wax cells on the comb, and then they will start filling that with honey. And the queen can't get up there to lay eggs, so it means you've got honey without any brood. And that's ultimately where we'll collect our honey from in a few months' time, hopefully. And then we've got the other super on top, and that's just temporary. And again, that's just an area that so we can put some food in, because it takes quite a lot of energy for them to draw the comb, to actually build the comb out. So we're feeding them while the workers do that, and then we'll take the food away, and then they'll just be able to feed themselves with all the nectar and the pollen, etc. that they collect. So that's a bit of a beginner's eye view, because I am very much a beginner of what's happening in the beehive. As I say, we've got the brood in there, that's going to be where the honey is, and that's just a little gap really, so that we can add some, and it's actually sugar water we've got in there, a mix of sugar and water, some syrup, to feed them for a while. And if we just go round, we can see that they're coming and going. And you can probably see some of them have got yellow on their legs, yellow and orange and such like, and that's then bringing back pollen into the hive. Cool, I'll just back off. Right, girls, enjoy. Okay, just swing round while I'm down at this part of the garden. Got these 3 pots of brunnera that I dug up from the bed here, because I'm going to take these with me when I move. I have some lovely daffodils come up. I put some bulbs in after the tree was taken down. There's also some, oh God, look. Some tulips that I was squishing. Oh, look, that one's just broken off. Oh, that's annoying. So I don't know what variety they are, but they're pretty. Probably get a, oh, that one has been eaten, I think, or broken. So we'll probably get that. No, that one's a head off. Oh, maybe I've just got 2 here then. Oh, that's a shame. Anyway, 2 tulips, more daffodils. I'll just give you a look up the garden from where we are. A wee bit breezy. There's the bees. There's the arch that I'm going to grow the... there, big finger. There's the arch. I'm going to grow the squash up, hopefully. I've not been to this part in the tour yet. I'll quickly run you through there. And that is that's the temporary run that the girls are under as a play area. Okay, let's just go to this bed here. So I put 3 rows of carrots in here a week or so ago. Nothing's showing yet, but I did have a fleece over the top, and I was finding when I looked out the window that the crows were coming and ripping the fleece and taking the fleece up to, they're not doing anything at the moment, but they're actually nesting in the dormer at the top of the house, which they do every year, and they're okay. But they drop lots of twigs on the deck, and they also take things from the garden, and they were taking the fleece, so I eventually just took the fleece off, and I've popped this on again just to try and stop anything digging. We've got the cats that might dig in here. The chickens aren't out at the moment, or shouldn't be, but when they do come out, they'll be wanting to jump in and dig in things. So I've just put this on. All I've done, it's sort of a wire, plastic coated wire, and I've just got a little hook at either end there and at the other end, so I can unhook it really easily to get in, but it just has some form of protection. I'm waiting on my turnips and beetroot to get a bit bigger, and I'm going to put those in this side. In this little dilapidated bed, we've got the overwintering onions, and then I popped some spares of the white onions just at the left hand side there. I can't remember the name of this, and this has been here for years. I put it in probably about 10 years ago, maybe even longer. Can't remember what it is. Some sort of lily. I don't normally grow lilies because of the cats, but this has been here forever and it's quite short-lived. And then, of course, the poppies that will be doing their stuff in the not too distant future. And here's Colin. Hiya. The hellebores are still here, still lasting. Their foliage is growing up now though, the flowers will die back soon. And it's definitely the time for hostas to be showing their faces. This is a big one. Again, I dug it out of where we had the tree taken down so that I can take this away with me. and in this pot, which is very heavy. Then we've got some more pots of potatoes. We've got Casablanca and Charlotte in these pots. And if we go over here, here's another one of my big hostas. Always look great at this time of year until the slugs get out and about. We've got some Aquilegia that's going to be growing there, and also some Clematis that's starting. Some more lovely little Daffies. These are pretty. Little multi-headed ones. Aquilegia here. Lovely heuchera, I love this one. I'm being followed. Hello, are you following me? You are. Now I did have some cracking Orange Princess tulips here this last year. They haven't come back at all. Normally they'll come back at least another year, maybe look a little bit sad, but they just haven't come back, which is quite disappointing. However, I did put some more in over here. I think they're Orange Princess, or certainly they'll be orangey coloured ones. And another hosta. I think it's a couple of hostas there. Now we're over at the side of one of the chicken runs, and I'd put in lots of daffodils, and I assumed the daffodils were going to grow. That is south, so we are south, and actually a lot of them are actually facing north. They're flopping over a bit, and I think it's because the sun reflects off this tarpaulin, and I think it's very bright, and they've turned round to that rather than turning round to the sun coming directly at them. I could be wrong, but yeah, they're not maybe as striking as I hoped they would be, and they're a bit floppy as well. But anyway, nice bit of colour, and the girls in the run are going to get the benefit. Now this is me back onto the patio, and I think, oh, there's the wind. Yeah, that's me back on the patio now, so that's just done a full circuit. Hope you've enjoyed this tour. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and if you've got any comments, please put them below. I always love hearing from you, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now.